Good morning, guys, or good afternoon, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you fine gentlemen are. I'm right here at work, cleaning up concrete, taking a little break, and I'm like thinking, what should I talk about today? What should I talk about? I started thinking about what's something that affects everyone, but majority of people don't know. Inflation. Since young, people who listen to Bloomberg, listen to the Federal Reserve, listen to any type of financial news, they always claim that inflation is capped at 2%, or they aim to cap at 2%. But anyone who has any sort of research, knowledge, or education, doesn't have to be standard education like schooling, it doesn't need to be. It could be anything, even buying the book. I've taken finance, econ classes, and honestly, I learned more from the book than I did from my teacher. Not because the teacher was bad, but just because they kept going towards same basic principles, and they wouldn't go past it. Or they would try to emphasize on Keynesian economics, or they would try to focus on one certain point. However, when you look at the actual purchasing power of the dollar, it's just gone way down cliff. I saw a meme, I don't have it, I'll look for it later, of a person trying to see what happened before COVID and after COVID of his same items, same thing, nothing changed, but a difference between 2 or 3 years, how the price went up exponentially from the average. Let's say it was $150. I don't remember the exact number, but it was double that, almost triple. And that just shows the purchasing power over these last 4 or 5 years has been insane. So my question to you is, who's lying? Is it the dollar? Is it the store that you go to? Are the prices that you're paying, is that a lie? Has your goods really gone up double they were worth 2 or 3 years ago? Or is the Federal Reserve lying? The government lying? All these financial institutions that they say oh yeah, we're good, 2% interest, we're at 3%. These are all lies. Why? So the question is, why are they lying? Why are they saying these things? Well, you have to understand, in their perspective, it hasn't really changed. They do have 2%. Why? Because they have two different types of accounting numbers. They have two different types of ways to get the interest, get the inflation number. So one critical thing is nominal inflation and real inflation. Nominal GDP, real GDP. I'll explain that later on. But the way that they calculate these numbers is that they get the average of goods and services from one specific time period, and then they compare it to the actual ones today. However, these numbers are very skewed. These are very biased because they're able to, at any point, add and take away goods that they deemed that are not necessity to the Commonwealth. Basically, that suburbans or people don't usually buy. Example being, let's say they don't count housing. Example, right? They don't count how much housing is, rent, or some other things. They will just actually or buying a new car. An example, right? It's just, oh my God, it's just so, they're able to manipulate so many things for what they plaster on the news. And the reason they do that is just for the benefit of them, because you have to understand, this government shutdown is a perfect example. What happened? The government employs so many people, it's horrendous. They employ so many people within our economy that 1 or 2 days, it affects a lot of people. I forgot the general number. I just forgot how many millions of people they employ. And what's in there, because in these jobs, they adjust to inflation every year. So they give a 2 or 3% increase to their checks, to their salaries. So you're telling me that they're the one who audit themselves. They're the ones who increase the wages. Is it in their benefit to give you that 10% increase? And it's not even 10%. Let's be honest. It's 20, 30 at times. Inflation has been going crazy these past 3 years. Even a pack of eggs, man. Jesus Christ, it's insane. Paper toilets. It's oh my God, just insane. Insanity. So what am I trying to get at? I'm trying to get at, if you're not investing in anything, I don't even want to say the S&P 500, because the S&P 500 only goes up 10% a year. And that's good. Like, the S&P 500 beats almost the majority of all investment funds. So imagine this, the S&P 500 goes up 10% a year. Our inflation is more than 10% a year. So even if you're invested in the S&P 500, you're losing money. Oh my God. So man, like, now more than ever, you gotta have a side gig. It has to be investing, like crypto. Like, that's why I invest in crypto, man. Because crypto, look, there's times to buy crypto. There truly is, and there's times to sell. Because crypto is not a scam. It's not a pyramid scheme. Like, but it's a bubble. What is a bubble? A bubble is towards, how to explain this in more friendly terms, friendly user terms. Let's say, for example, Jesus Christ. I'm trying to figure out, I'm not really eloquent with my wording, so you gotta forgive me if I'm not too well explaining a bubble. I'll Google it later. I know what it is. It's just hard to explain it right now. It's basically like the real estate crash in 2008. It came crashing down. Why? Because of, subprime mortgages. They're doing a lot of CDOs. Like, they were leveraging and giving people money that weren't qualified. And not that they wasn't themselves worth, it's just that they weren't paying off the loans, a lot of issues, and then, like, there was a lot of defaults. A lot of people couldn't afford to pay their mortgages, couldn't afford to pay their car notes. It's just so many things that happened at once. And what happened? It burst. It burst and it came crashing down. That's okay. Everyone has to take their own accountability, but that's mostly the bankers' fault. They were just too greedy. They were giving out loans that they shouldn't have been able to give out. And then the ratings agency, man, Jesus Christ. You know what's funny, man? 2008, one of the most horrendous financial crashes in our history, in our time, and only one banker from Deutsche went to jail. Like, how insane is that? Like, one banker, and he lost the most minimal, like, amount of money. I'm not justifying it, right? I'm not saying that guy should go to jail, right? But are you telling me just one banker out of so many? It's just insanity. So what am I trying to get at? I'm trying to get at, you gotta buy crypto, buy stocks, ETFs, buy a home, get a side job. Like, you need to get, like, we gotta do something, man, because we're suffering here. We're suffering out here. Like, everything is just so expensive. And honestly, that's why I miss on crypto. Are there times to buy cryptocurrencies? Yes. And if you're not really into crypto like that, like, even if you don't, just buy Bitcoin and Ethereum for long term. Even, let's say, I don't want you to buy the top, right? But in the worst case scenario, you buy the top. Within 5 years, you're going to be averaging 30. So let's say you buy medium to the top. We have a crash. You crash for 2.5 years, 1.5 years. Yeah, 1.5 years. By the third year, you're already back to your price. And by the fourth year, you're above. Like, almost 50%. Because what they've noticed is that within 4 years, every 4 years, Bitcoin, trend-wise, is up 30%. So even though it's not up that exact year, but within a 4-year time span, it's already up 50 or 30% each year. That's how they give it the math, for it to be simple. I have better ways to explain it. I'm not gonna work right here, so I'm just going off the top of my head. I have nothing. I don't have ChatGPT on me. I don't have anything helping me out. I'm just doing based off the top of my head memory. So what I'm trying to say is buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum for long term. But there's place to be made short term. Not financial advice, obviously. Look where I'm at. I'm playing. I believe, you know what? Everyone doesn't want to be the greater fool. Everyone's like, oh no, like, there's someone else more foolish than me. You're like, yeah, you never know. Sometimes you're not as smart as you think you are, and sometimes you're not as dumb as you think you are. So, yeah, you know what? God bless. Hopefully, we're gonna make it, guys. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna make it some way or another. In construction, crypto, something's gonna hit. It's like something. All right, God bless. See you later.